to Sweet with a Twist with your host, Skylar here. So, last episode, yes, we talked about romantic relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend. Yeah, you might want to go check it out. Get the clock it, but definitely go check it out. It was a fun one, it was a great one. So this is going to be episode 5. Like, we are almost actually done with this season, which is crazy because that means I need to think of next season. And I'm just like, I am not prepared. I know what next season is going to be about. Like, I know the overall topic, but I haven't just broken it down to like episode by episode. So that's gonna be interesting. Quick little outfit. OOTD, right? Necklace is from Temu. Bracelet from Burlington. It's actually juicy. Love it. Shirt is from Ross. I got biker shorts on from Ross or Burlington. And then, the shoes are from Michael Kors online. Get it right. And then that's basically glasses from America's Best. This from TJ Maxx. And that's it. So let's get right into today's episode. So we're going to talk about family relationships. So as you can see, this whole season was about relationships and all the different types of relationships. So after this, we literally are like basically finished. So I'm kind of nervous. So family relationships, everyone has a different role in their family. Um, So we're kind of just going to touch on that and how family relationships, I think, are come with a lot more as you get older, like a lot more responsibilities, a lot more weight on your shoulders. So the definition of that online, it says, encompasses more than just biological connections and includes emotional support, shared experiences, and a mutual journey through life's ups and downs and kinship bonds. Um, so if you don't know what kinship is, normally, especially in the Black community, my community, we normally say like, that's your kin, right? Next, so basically you're blood related. Uh, so yeah, so you know, child, parent, sibling, um, what else? Yeah, like niece and nephew, grandchild, so stuff like that, blood related. Um, so yeah, I think that family relationships definitely, like I said, are heavier just because they're your family. Blood related. Let me say that because people can obviously not be blood related to you, and you can call them family. Because I cold heartedly agree with that because I feel like I've met a lot of people that are now feeling like more than a friend or like even more than a best friend to me. Like, you're my family. Like, we're family. Like, you know a lot about me. You know a lot about my situation. We are fam in the club. We all fam. That TikTok sounds so literally. We're fam. We're family. We're like this. Okay. Literally, my kids, their kids are going to be like brothers and sisters. Do not play with me. That's literally gonna be like just hands down. Just don't play with me. I'm gonna be my friend's auntie. I'm gonna be your auntie, honey. So like, don't play with me. But um, that's their definition. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The next thing is, this is something that I have unfortunately now grown into seeing a lot, and how just because your family, how they take advantage of that, um, So this next bulletin point you guys might also relate to as well. So it says people think just because you're family, they can treat you any kind of way. And that is so far from the truth. And that's just the truth. Everyone who is literally your family thinks that because this, you know their family, do they know their family, but they can mistreat you. And when you finally get fed up with the mistreatment and you finally stand up for yourself, for the rest of your family, or whatever the case is, but definitely stand up for yourself, they're like, we're family though, like you can't do that to me. And it's like, yes I can. Yes I can. I think my generation is probably the last set of, like coming out of the late 90s, early 2000s, that I think you take being family, being blood related to a different level. So like if your own family member like kind of mistreats you, you give them so many chances. But if like a friend mistreats you, you give them like, let's say, 2 or 3 strikes and they're out. And sometimes the way that the family member mistreats you is worse than how they mistreat you. Someone that's not even related to, that you don't even care for. But you give them so many more chances because being family means something. And nowadays, I think that in this generation, I don't think kids really care. Like, family or not, like, you can get it too. But I see, especially if your family has like, use that excuse. Well, we're family, so I can do anything and mistreat you any way I want to, and all this. No, you can't. No, you can't. That is so far from the truth. Like, who told you that was okay? Any type of mistreatment for anybody, family, friend, foe, whoever, it's not right. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I think now I've seen that for myself, and I'm like, yeah. So it's not off limits. I can cut a family member off too. Like goodbye. Don't play with me. No longer time. There's no time to play. Okay. The next thing is the relationship you have with your family is important, and why, you may think. I know some people either don't have the best, record with their family, or whatever is going on. And I completely understand. Like, family affairs are such touchy subjects. It's really hard to maneuver. It's harder to, I feel like, explain to people that may not really have even gone through similar situations in a family. And people are like, well, why did you, stay? Or why did you let them keep doing that to you? And so it gets kind of messy and complicated. So I understand why some people just don't care, I guess, for family. Personally, for me, I know that I want to marry a guy, so that means date a guy that is family oriented, because I think that family is a beautiful thing. It's a blessing from God. If you have, good family, and maybe not your whole family is good, but hopefully you have a few good family members that you can stick by and that will stick with you. But it's a blessing. It really is. And to have a big support system in a big family, I feel like I want that, because I didn't really get that growing up. I wasn't able to just be around my cousins 24/7, or even, you know, a few hours at a time. So I think that I want my kids to experience a big kind of family, and like being able to go see their cousins, their aunts, their uncles, grandparents, all that type of stuff. So yeah. So I think family is important. Um, so the reason why that it could be important is to have a healthy family relationship can foster stability, positive development, and if you have a poor family relationship, it can lead to conflict and emotional distress. I basically just said that. Like I said, if you have a good family, it creates a lot of, I think, trust, stability, positive development, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, all the aspects of life as we get older. It can have a positive outlook on your life. But if you have a poor family relationship, it's not so good. And that does reflect throughout your life. And as you get older, date, get married, have a family of your own. Like as you get older, that family dynamic will always play a part. Um, it's just because that's where you started, right? Was with your family, and then you grow up and you branch out and meet um, other people and stuff. So it's important to have a good, sound family dynamic. It really is. Uh, I saw this like TikTok, or was it Instagram? I think it was a TikTok where randomly, this is what's on my For You page. This is what I guess am more interactive with this type of stuff, which I personally like, which is like advice, funny stuff, relationship stuff. I'm not in one. Like it's just like all over the place. But I love my For You page. But there was this guy, and he was saying how what was it? It was something like I don't the excuse of saying, well, that's how my child or that's how I grew up, their childhood. He was like, should no longer be an excuse because at a at a certain age, it's you you grew up, but now it's time to raise yourself or something like that. It was something along that line, saying like when you get to a certain age, like let's say when you get to like 30 years old and you are still saying, let's say a lot of the decisions or the um, mistakes, maybe intentional things that you're doing is because of your childhood and you're 30 something years old and you're still saying because of my childhood because he was saying like it gets to a certain age where it's like no, this time it's you. At this point this is you. It's no longer about what you grew up in. This is your time, your age. You need to be developing and moving on. You can no longer make your ill childhood an excuse for doing wrong and to like let that slide. No. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I totally agree. Like, this is what I'm saying. And I see that because I do feel like at a certain age, it's like you can no longer say because of your childhood. Like, you were a child how many years ago? Okay. Clock it. Clock it. Okay. But I think it still, I don't think it matters what age, but I do think that your family does have a huge, a huge effect on you, and it will forever be shown throughout your whole entire life, either in big ways, small ways. It's just that's just how it is. Like you can't change that, but don't make an excuse like that is your main excuse every time. Like something bad goes wrong or you get caught for doing something wrong. Like no, take responsibility for your actions. That's it. Um, so please like surround yourself and like I said, it doesn't even have to be blood related. Like if you found a close friend that is more like family than your actual blood family, keep them close, because it's so hard to find such genuine, true, authentic, supportive, and caring people in this world nowadays that will stick with you, hopefully to forever. Like they're your ride or die. Like it's hard to find that. Sorry if y'all guys, my tongue is red because I was drinking this cherry slush from Sonic, bro. I'm telling you, Sonic is making money off of me and my mom because it's so hot. It is so hot, bro. I always need a slush now, so Sonic is making money off of us, literally off of our backs this summer. Also yesterday we went to Sonic yet again to get a slush, but my mom got their new honey chipotle chicken wrap, right? And look at the size of this. Y'all guys see this picture? This was literally a baby chicken wrap. It was literally like this big. And I was like, because mom was like, oh, you can just eat half of, I'll just share the chicken wrap. So I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, wait, is this supposed to be this small? Like, what is that? It was like not even that big. It was like this big against my arm. I said, yeah, no. Highway robbery, $2 for that. $2. Like, you, Sonic got me messed up yesterday. I was like, bro, what is this? Literally, a baby could have finished that. I've never seen that. We've gotten that chicken wrap before, but I don't remember it being that small. And that was my first time trying it yesterday. So I don't remember it being that small. I don't remember that. But back to the family dynamics. But yeah, there's just so much that goes into building a great family foundation that you can eventually, build off of and hopefully grow from, because I think that family really is important. Some people say no, but I think when you either, meet someone that has a great family relationship, or you see other people get along with their family, but I think it kind of puts in your mind and your heart, like, oh, I want that eventually one day, to be so included in one's family. Like, I won't even think about, oh, they're not blood related to me. I truly think it's a beautiful thing to be family oriented. I really do. I think it's really amazing. Like, and I hope that one day I can strive to have that, not just for myself, but for like my future kids. I want them to see and feel what it's like to have so much love from people, and like from your family, that it might suffocate you a little bit, but to know that they're always, going to be there for you. They're going to love you, support you, look out for you, take care of you. It means a lot. So I just wish that sometimes I wish that I had that, that I was closer to my other side of the family that's, in a different state, just so I could have experienced that. Because you do sometimes feel like, I guess, estranged from your family, because it's like they don't really know you, but you know them, but you don't like full on interact like I do with my friends and stuff here. So it's like, it's kind of weird, but yeah. So the next thing is, what does the Bible say about family? How should we look at family? How does the Bible tell you to look at it? What does the Bible emphasize in family? So I'm gonna do that and read off a few of those that I got from the Bible. So the Bible emphasizes family as a divine institution established by God Himself, which I believe that. I think obviously everything in this world God built and made. So I believe that. The Bible says that it provides a framework for understanding our relationship with God. It emphasizes mutual respect, unconditional love, forgiveness, along with responsibility towards each other's well being. I basically just said that. I said that I think that family to have so much, they can look after, out for each other. There's a lot of love there. So I'm glad that the Bible emphasized that as well. Because without that, you have nothing. Without God, which God is made up of love, forgiveness, respect, mercy, grace. God is just made up of so much of amazing, positive, and almost like so many characteristics that we as humans and Christians, for me, are so undeserving of, because I can tell you so many times how many times I've messed up. I've done something that was not right with God. I've done something that wasn't aligning with my beliefs. And there's so many times where God has shown me mercy, grace, compassion, when I should have never had that. I should have never had that. But He's such a loving and merciful God. It's truly beyond my comprehension to comprehend how, He could be like that. And we're, sinning every day and stuff. And it's just like, wow, that's why He's God. Like, it's not meant for me to really comprehend, because His powers are beyond my thinking capabilities. Because if I were to understand God, that would be a problem. Like, if I truly could go detail for detail to understand who God is and why He is the way He is, that would not work, because that means I wouldn't believe in something that was higher than myself. You see what I'm saying? That means if I can understand God, right, I might as well say I am, right? So it's like, it's not meant for us to fully understand God's powers, like as far as like, oh, let's try to see if we can do the same thing. But it's for us to know that God is God and there's no one like Him. Like, that's point blank period. No one like Him at all. No one with the power He has and holds. So I'm just thankful for that. Like, trust me. And then I also went to look up what the Bible says about family hurting you. So it said, and it gave me three scriptures. So the first one is Matthew 10:36. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. That shook me when I was like reading it and then writing it. I was like, and it's crazy because us as humans, we have also kind of formulated a similar like saying where it's like the people closest to you will be your biggest enemies or haters, and you will get done so dirty by people close to you. Like, it's crazy. Like, you think your enemies are out there, would you expect that? But not, in your own household. Like, you don't think about your own family or friends really coming at you. It's crazy. It really is. And I've seen a lot of that lately on TikTok that has been talking about how family and friends can be your biggest haters and your biggest unsupportive people ever. Like, I've seen so many TikToks where it's like, oh, I'll post something and my family and friends are silent. No one likes it, no one comments, no one even texts me saying, hey, you had a great picture, whatever. No one, you hear from no one close to you. But any strangers, even people that you didn't even like, as far as friends or something, they will come and like your stuff. They will, support you or say something positive, whatever. But friends and family, you don't hear nothing. And it's like, bro, what? Like, what is this? I did not expect that. The next one is Ephesians 6:4. It says, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. The last one is Psalms 27:10. For my father and my mother have forsaken me, but the Lord will take me in. So that last one is just saying, if your family, I don't know, I don't even want to say, but basically, like, you're the black sheep, they kind of cut you out of things of the family. No matter whether they do that or not, okay, whatever. But God will take you in. God will always have your back. God will be with you always. Okay? So do not worry about that. Keep praying for your family. Keep praying for yourself, for your situation. And all you can really do is do that and move on. Move on with God in your heart and knowing that God will always be with you. So that's going to be the end of this episode. I know it's pretty fast, but really it's about any family relationships, literally it's about family dynamics. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Family matters, and I hope that you guys learned something from this, that about family, and about if family hurts you, and about how God is within all of these relationships that I am going to talk about. It's none of these relationships are without God. Let me just say that. Even situationships, you might not be together, but God is always around. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next episode, and that should be exciting. And then we have 2 more left. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's so crazy. Okay, bye. I'll see you guys.